This is Micah Bock, Deputy Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security. This week, it's important to dispel a lie that has permeated American political thought for some time. America is not a nation of immigrants. We are a nation of citizens, and it is because of those citizens that we are an exceptional nation. The first duty of our government is to defend its people's well-being, way of life, and to safeguard our country's heritage. At the same time, we must enact policies that ensure a prosperous future, not for lobbyists, foreign countries, or big business, but for the people. In the Trump administration, the U.S. citizen comes first, before anything or anyone else. Here at DHS, every action we take is measured by one simple principle. Does this help or hurt the U.S. citizen? If it does not help, we don't pursue it, and we change our policy as needed to produce better outcomes for Americans. For example, for decades, the U.S. government has had a lackadaisical approach to legal immigration and visas. Our immigration system was abused and molested by previous administrations without concern for preserving our country's traditions, customs, and quality of life. That was done with ill regard to the quality of character for immigrants and visitors. That neglect harmed countless Americans and disrupted our cohesion as a country. To end the scourge of mass migration and to restore our country's greatness, our administration has delivered not only the most secure border in U.S. history, we've also decided to change our legal immigration system so that it works for more Americans and keeps out those who should never be in our country in the first place. For example, we've ended automatic work authorizations for those here on visas. Now they won't be able to stay in our country indefinitely without proper vetting. We're moving to limit the amount of time students can stay here on visas as well. For and forever students will be no more. We've cracked down on visa fraud abuse across the country, uncovering dozens and dozens of frauds in Minneapolis alone. And we've added fees for new visas and implemented fines for those overstaying their visas, all while rounding up and deporting illegal aliens across the country. We've also taken steps to make the process of becoming a citizen much more rigorous. As a result, we're on a path for the first negative net migration in decades. More foreigners are leaving our country than are coming into it. Now, how has this helped the American people? As of July, all job gains have gone to U.S. citizens. Wages for Americans are rising. Rent in places like the Midwest, Miami, and Boston are plummeting as foreign nationals leave our country in droves. And for those citizens who have come in, we're making sure that they will properly assimilate to our way of life so that they can become productive members of society. And that's the key here. Our national motto is E pluribus unum, or out of many, one. And if we don't think an immigrant wants to assimilate to one culture, one nation, one heritage, and craft one glorious future with their new fellow citizens, then we are not allowing them into our country. In American politics, we often talk about freedoms and rights, but what we don't focus on enough is duty. All citizens, whether they're here by birth or by choice, have a duty to pass on to posterity a country better than the one they found. However, government has a duty to make sure that we maintain the social contract that makes that possible, and to defend our people against all threats, whether they be foreign armies or hordes of unfettered migrants. The Trump administration takes that charge seriously. America first means putting Americans first, and our immigration policy will always work towards that. This week, President Trump victoriously reopened our government after the longest shutdown in American history. For 43 grueling days, Democrats held our government hostage, callously using the livelihood of federal employees as leverage in their radical support of illegal aliens. Yet despite this outrage, many of our DHS employees continued working nonstop to secure our homeland. In particular, our TSA officers showed up day in, day out, without pay to keep their fellow Americans safe. Officers who couldn't pay rent, some who had to sleep in their cars, and some who were served eviction notices or had to delay critical repairs to their homes and vehicles. Their dedication in the face of this hardship is nothing short of heroic. And that's why this week, Secretary Noem met with TSA officers in Houston, Texas, and announced that DHS is awarding a $10,000 bonus to those who went above and beyond. This week, Secretary Noem also announced that in partnership with Florida law enforcement, Operation Dirtbag has arrested over 230 criminal illegal aliens, including more than 150 illegal alien sexual predators. Under the leadership of President Trump and Secretary Noem, the era of catch and release is over. These criminal offenses are heinous: attempted premeditated murder with a deadly weapon, aggravated battery, sexual assault, sexual battery, lewd and lascivious molestation of children, possession of narcotics, marijuana, controlled substances, and burglary of unoccupied dwellings. DHS and Secretary Noem also honored our nation's veterans this week, spotlighting the more than 7,500 veterans who bravely served in the U.S. Armed Forces and now continue their service here at DHS. Many of these brave men and women put their lives on the line every single day to arrest the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens from our neighborhoods. We are eternally grateful for all Americans who have served and protected our freedoms. We are the land of the free only because of the brave. No one said this fight would be easy, but what cannot be doubted is our commitment to delivering historic results for the American people. We'll see you next week.